Time to play more of this because I hate myself. Da ba ba da da ba da na 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 ha da ba na 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 na. Yeah, we reaching out to the truth, and the truth is that the run I'm doing frickin' sucks. This run frickin' sucks, and we got a remake coming soon that's so unnecessary, and some things, and other things, and yes, and things, and frickin' things, and liking things, and hating things, and something things, and I am going insane already. Okay, time to share this to my socials. Let's see here. Discord. Oh, excuse me. Streaming. Streaming because why the frick not? Change Twitter accounts because I'm in the wrong Twitter account. Alright, let's see. Back at it, I suppose. Which chord? Discord? Yes. Not Encord. Discord. Okay, looks like I got about 10 users. That should be more than enough for now. I'm just gonna continue where I left off. I'm just gonna do an attempt or two at Shadow Yukiko just to show you guys how frickin' hard this fucking boss fight is. Okay, let's go. It must be her. Oh yeah, spoilers. We have to rescue Shadow Yukiko. Or not Shadow Yukiko. Well, I mean technically Shadow Yukiko. But Yukiko in general. We gotta rescue her. We gotta rescue her because she's best girl with magical fire damage. How you doing, Tiger Man? 4545? Or 4545? The OG Persona 4 title screen, so much better. Holy crap. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely hope when they do the remake, they actually have something that's at least similar or close to the OG title screen with the silhouettes and all that. I mean, the golden title screen is fine. It just isn't as good. And also, if you hear a fan in the background, well, it's freaking hot. It's freaking hot, so you'll have to excuse the fan that is playing in the background. And I'm using a much stronger fan, not a little miniature fan. Alright, let's take down Bird Tits. But yeah, I'm just gonna essentially show you guys just how freaking tough this fight is. I'm good. My throat is, oh, sorry about your throat, but I'm fine. Alright, so here we go. We'll start off with just doing a basic attack. Guard. Guard. Basic attack again. Guard. Guard. Now, if we attack again, she'll summon her Charming Prince, so we're going to take this opportunity to use Tarakaja on ourselves. There we go. Guard. Guard. So now that we have Tarakaja, we're actually going to use a powerful physical attack on her. There we go. That took a lot of damage out of her. Guard. Show me the strength of yours. Essentially, we need to have our health low enough so that way the Charming Prince spends more times attacking her and not me. Okay, so anyways, now that it's the Charming Prince is on the field, we're going to throw an ice cube at him. Because apparently he's weak to ice in this version instead of electricity. Okay, and since we still have Tarakaja up, we're going to actually prioritize getting rid of the Charming Prince first, because regardless of how much damage we do to Shadow Yukiko, well, the Prince is going to be a detriment, so we got to make sure we cleave him while we have the Tarakaja effect still up. Guard. Guard. So he might actually spend this turn trying to heal her. Yeah, he spends the turn healing her. So yeah, not worth using the cleave on Shadow Yukiko, unfortunately. So anyways, we're going to cleave the Charming Prince. So we're fine essentially using light physical attacks. Oh, god damn it. Unless he dodges like that. Unless he dodges like that. Are you serious? Wow, this is a failed attempt. This is like the definition of a failed attempt. Like, Jesus Christ. Are you serious? I live in Texas. I know all too well about things being hot. Does the Prince respawn in this version? As far as I can tell with the attempts I've done, he does not respawn. Okay, so we gotta hope that he lands Terror Voice on anyone except for you. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I think for this turn I'll throw a Smart Bomb out. Guard. Guard. Okay, and, yeah, I guess I'll use a Firecracker while he still has the, Tsukakaja effect up on him. Okay, he didn't use Tsukakaja this turn, so this is a perfect time to cleave him. And yes, I'm cleaving while at pretty low health, but that's okay. Okay. Now, this is a good time to do some healing, so I'm going to do some healing by using a value medicine. I only have 2 of these, and these are the only 2 AoE healing that I have. God damn it. Yeah, if he gets Terror Voice, you might as well call it a reset, because, yeah, if Terror Voice lands on us, either our party is taking all the damage, or we're taking all the damage. On the upside, it's a singular target. Like, Shiver and Rondo is a singular targeted physical attack, so if it does hit me, then my party will step in to try to push me out of the way, and they will do this only once. Now, this is an ability that gets unlocked at level 4 later on, but apparently you actually unlock it sooner in this version. Okay. Let's get rid of the fear now, or otherwise Shiver and Rondo is going to be a detriment. Though we could possibly go down in this turn. Okay, so I haven't used all my value medicines yet, so I'm going to use them now. No! God damn it. Yeah. Now, I've had attempts where I managed to defeat the damaging prince, seriously, the Charming Prince. I mean, yeah, he's a damaging prince, alright, but I managed to have attempts where I beat the Charming Prince and get to the Burn to Ashes move with Shadow Yukiko, but the Burn to Ashes is like the biggest detriment because it's AoE attack, I don't have the safety net of Yosuke or Chie protecting me during those turns. Like, they will only protect me if it's a singular attack targeting you in particular. But yeah, I'll do one more attempt at it just to show you guys just how ridiculous this is. Now, thankfully, I have a backup save from before I actually healed the party with peach seeds. So that way I can grind an extra level, because right now I'm level 19 and Shadow Yukiko is level 15. And the thing is that with these older games, damage scaling is a thing. So because of that, all I have to do is just keep leveling up, and essentially I can do more damage while the enemies themselves do less damage. Unfortunately, Terror Voice 100% connects, so there's no way to negate the chances of getting inflicted with fear unless a party member is guarding that turn. And, well, the only party members who are going to be guarding is pretty much, well, my meat shields, who are going to be my meat shields for the last time in this particular boss fight, because once we get to the steamy bathhouse, we can put backup members in, or we can put all we can put all party members in the back row and do a true solo run, essentially. Hello, Red Lord. Hello, Planted Cabbage. Hello, Trusaru. I forget what challenge this is. You know what? I forget too. But yeah, if you're wondering how I've been doing lately, I've been ridiculously busy. I've been, like, overwhelmingly busy, honestly, and financially not doing so well. But I figured, you know what, why not do a Persona 4 challenge run right now, because why not? At least I know people will watch me for Persona 4 content and not for the recent video that I uploaded, which, yeah, by the way, I uploaded a recent video on Death Stranding, and next to no people pretty much watched it. I thought you guys loved me. Yeah, but in all seriousness, if you guys can check out that video, definitely check it out if you can. Okay, so now we're going to use this turn to actually... Maybe I'll actually double whammy her and actually go with a Rakunda first, then a Tarakaja, and hit her with a strong cleave. Do the most amount of damage out of her. I mean, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference in the long run, but I don't know, maybe it might. And then Tarakaja onto me, and then hit her with a strong cleave attack. Okay, good. She's too focused on killing our party. Good. Alright, so let's see what a strong cleave attack does. Alright, that's good damage. Guard. We're not done yet. Show me the strength of yours. Okay, we're going to down the Charming Prince with an ice cube. Unfortunately, this does not dizzy him, but that's okay. And, you know what? I'm going to cleave Yukiko instead of going after the Charming Prince. Try to get her health down as much as possible while she's still debuffed. I want to see if this makes a difference. I've never gone this route before, but I want to see if this makes a difference. Not really, but I think I increase the chances of her getting, you know, multiple heals in a row. So I don't think this is necessarily a bad move. Okay, so we're going to focus on the Charming Prince now, because he's going to spend his turns trying to heal Yukiko up. There's a long battle transition disguised as a loading screen. Yep. I watched it. I love Death Stranding. Oh, thank you so much, Tiger Man. Thank you so much. I watched it even though I never played Death Stranding. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching it. And yeah, thank you, Tiger Man and Red Lord. Yeah, thank you so much for watching my Death Stranding video. It's definitely a video that, well, it's definitely not my longest video. It's definitely quick, in quotation marks, to make, because it still took more than a few weeks to make for the size of the video it was. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching that video, because I want to make sure that my effort of making these videos are at least worth it. Okay. So now we're going to throw a supersonic onto everyone, including you. The supersonic in the end is really not going to be much for our party members, though it can actually be useful if the Charming Prince hits Chie and, well, Shadow Yukiko tries to use Augie on Chie, because, well, Augie is Chie's main weakness, and, well, that's a point where having her agility buffed can be useful. Anyways, now that our agility is buffed, we're about equal agility to the Charming Prince, so we're just going to continue to cleave him. Of course he dodges. Of course you freaking dodge, you dodging son of a BS. Just attack him. Thank you. Okay, he's taking a turn where he's not going to attack us. So this actually... Oh, come on. The one time you could have dodged Chie. The one time you could have dodged. You wanted to get hit on purpose. You wanted to get hit on purpose. Okay. Anyway, we're going to throw a smart bomb out. And hopefully the Charming Prince spends his turns trying to heal Shadow Yukiko. Hold on, you have a video out, didn't show up on my timeline even with the bell selected, really? Welcome to the Nitsa party. Weren't you already a channel member, Ryoka Freak? I definitely remember having your name at the end of the Death Stranding video, so I'm pretty sure you were a channel member on my channel, did you? Huh. Does Tsukikaja increase crit rate? No, it doesn't. It only increases your chances of hitting things, as well as your chances of dodging things if you're not guarding. Alright, so since he put a Tsukikaja up, I'll throw a firecracker, because at least a firecracker will 100% hit. And I can't use the firecracker on Shadow Yukiko. Okay. I'll put the last supersonic onto us, and then focus on taking down the Charming Prince. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen my Death Stranding video, check it out. I mean, even if you haven't played the game, I'm pretty much very light on spoilers throughout the entire video. It's pretty much just a ranking of the PCC structures, pretty much a game mechanic of building structures to make things convenient for you throughout the entire game, and it should be very, very light when it comes to, like, spoilers of what happens in the game and such. Ooh, nice dodge. More of that, please. More of that. Guard. Guard. Okay, at least they're spending their turns prioritizing my party members, which is good. That's what I want them to do. Ooh, crit. Can I get it one more cleave on him? Please let me get one more cleave on him. Oh, come on, that should have finished him off. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Well, I just lost my safety net there. God damn it. Okay. Actually, no, I should probably try to get rid of the Charming Prince first before I think of healing up. Yeah, get rid of the Charming Prince first, then heal up. Okay. And since I still have the safety net, I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to... I don't know. Does reviving a party member for a solo run count as a solo run? What do you guys think? Do you think reviving my meat shields counts, or do you think that's a rule breaker? Because I pretty much allowed myself to use value medicines for AoE healing, but what about reviving my meat shields for what's supposed to be a you-only run? Does that count, or should that be be a violation to the rules? What do you guys think? I didn't cancel the subscription for membership, but for some reason it didn't renew, so I put it on again. Oh, okay. Well, you should know that I do have your name at the end of the Death Stranded video, Ryoka Freak. So your name is at the end of that video, so you should, what am I doing? But yeah, okay. I like Death Stranded, even though I have no idea what the story is about. I definitely get the story. It's pretty much, our world is now divided. Nobody trusts each other because of, different political and religious beliefs and morality and all that. But the whole point of the game is showing that we're stronger as one than apart. The Death Stranding Director's Cut on PlayStation 5 is in my backlog as soon as I'm done with Claire Obscure. Okay, good. I know you'll be doing all you once Kanji joins, so I think it breaks the rules, okay? Because I know you can't remove party members until Kanji joins. Now, I'm pretty sure you can remove party members when you get to Kanji's dungeon, not when Kanji joins. I think I'll just use the value medicine for now. Try to at least keep the boys healed up. And really only use the ointment when I get... Ooh, dodge physical. Yes, okay, finally that thing kicked in. I'll just use my value medicines to heal us up. Oh, yes, please, more dodging. Please dodge more. We'll use Tarakaja, and I'm going to resist using Cleave for the time being. Even though Cleave is a really great attack, I'm going to try to resist using it for now, considering that it does take away, well, it does take away my HP, so I don't know if I attack more using Zeo or just my basic attack, but let's see. Okay, 92 with a Zeo. Okay, Burn Ashes. Yeah, this is where it all goes to hell. Yeah, it goes to hell when it gets to Burning Ashes. So, Ointment. This is the strongest healing item that I have, so I'm probably not going to get through this. Oh, dodge physical. Thank you. And yeah, it looks like I've already used up my, darn it. See how much a basic attack does? Okay, it seems like I do a slight bit more damage if I use Zeo, so I think I might stick with Zeo, but unfortunately this Burn to Ashes thing is the biggest detriment right now. And okay, that was a really good dodge. Please do more of that. Oh my god. Am I just getting lucky? Am I seriously just getting lucky here? Looks like I had the wrong idea. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. There's my safety net for avoiding that attack. Crap. Okay. This is a do or die moment, guys. Do or die. So as you guys can see, I think that was probably my best attempt at Shadow Yukiko so far, and I've done several attempts up against her. I think that was the best attempt I've ever had against Shadow Yukiko, but since I've done this like several times already at level 19, I'm debating whether or not if I should grind myself an extra level just so I can get myself the extra edge to try to finish her off. But if I'm going to get myself the extra edge, I need to make sure that if Izanagi levels up, he's going to level up his magic, endurance, and maybe the agility stat. Unfortunately for this kind of boss fight, the luck stat is completely useless because whenever fear gets inflicted onto me, it's a 100% guaranteed hit rate, essentially. But yeah, I was getting ridiculously lucky with those moves. Yeah. Well, definitely watch the video tomorrow after work. Okay, thank you so much, Ryoka Freak. Now, you has achieved Ultra Instinct. Luck plus over-leveled agility. Yukiko casts Burn My Dread. Pretty much. Okay, so, should I do another attempt, or should I at least grind myself to level... Oh, wait, no, I'm already level 20. Or should I grind to at least level 21? Just so I can get myself the extra chance of beating her. Unfortunately, it seems like the chances of me beating her really does come down to luck. It really does come down to luck and how much I dodge and how much the Charming Prince inflicts Terror Voice on my blocking party members as opposed to, well, the main character. Final Fantasy mid-maxing returns in Persona 4. Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, honestly, I'm kind of tempted to at least grind at least an extra level. That's part of the reason why I'm streaming this in the first place. That, and to make sure that I'm at least getting more viewerships, considering the failure of my Death Stranding video. But yeah, even though it's going to take a ridiculously long time to grind to the next level, I just loaded a save that where I pretty much have not used my peach seeds yet. I have not used my peach seeds on this save file. So essentially, once I grind the extra level, I have at least enough of the HP capacity to fill. So we're gonna jump into the castle, but we're not going to fight Shadow Yukiko yet until everyone reaches level 21. And unfortunately, when it comes to Izanagi himself, yeah, he's gonna take a long time before he even gets to level 16. But at least we know it's possible to min-max certain stats with Izanagi. Without I'm doubt, grind until you go insane. Yeah, grinding is required in the first dungeon, even in a normal playthrough, not gonna lie, yep. But yeah, I'm level 20, and mind you, the base level of Shadow Yukiko is 15. Now, honestly, I don't know what the damage formula for damage scaling is in, well, the base game. How it works in the base game, if it's like, you have to be a certain level. Like, if I remember from, like, Persona 5, I think it's like a 10 level difference. It's like a 10 level difference when it comes to damage scaling in that game. If that's the case, then technically I'm only 5 levels better, which means I will definitely be increasing my damage and endurance if I grind at another level. And if I happen to grind Izanagi up a level, then my stats are going up. Because that's really the only point of leveling up Izanagi, is to make sure that specific stats go up. And now that I know I can min-max certain stats, I can prioritize and make sure that he levels up his endurance, strength, or whatever the heck I need. Okay, good. I got a critical, which means I can definitely take these guys down in one shot. Because, yeah, with these low-level battles, I get 2 turns within the first turn, so I can definitely take 3 of these guys down at once. The first mini-boss in the castle kicks your ass. Well, thankfully, I already kicked the knight's ass, so I don't have to worry about the knight. So I'm just getting some of the floor 1 enemies out of the way, because at least I don't have 99 of their items yet. Because, as you can see, wait... So, as you can see right here, I got 99 Black Lamps, which is fighting the Black Ravens, 99 Wonder Claws, which is fighting the Trance Twins. Okay. Sorry, I just had to close my door. So yeah, the Idea Paper and the Big Incenser is from floor 1 enemies, so I can continue to grind against these enemies until I eventually reach 99 of these things, but yeah, right now I just need to grind on higher floor enemies, so that way I have... you know, more EXP coming my way, because I want to at least make this grind me grinding up a level and not just grinding for materials. Is this original PlayStation 2 hardware or emulation? Well, let's just say I have bought like 2 different PlayStation 2s and they both stopped working within a couple weeks after trying to use them, so now this is emulation. This is definitely emulation. I am not using save states whatsoever. I'm just playing it as if I were playing on the original PlayStation 2. So right now, the goal is just to try to get up a couple more levels, if not just 1 level. But as you can see with that last attempt against Shadow Yukiko, I definitely have a chance at this. I definitely have a chance of being able to defeat these things. No, 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 no. Why did you not freaking... Unfortunately, even if you defeat one of them, the other has a chance. Like, it's a random number how much damage you do, regardless of where your level or physical stat is at. It's a random number of how much damage you can do, so you can defeat those things in one shot or not. It's always a pain in the ass when you don't defeat them in one shot and you risk the chance of taking damage, which is what we don't want. Okay, so light iron, and I'm pretty sure the light irons are something that we don't have 99 of yet. Unfortunately, they only give me 7 EXP, but it's going to have to do. Unfortunately, we're going to be gaining very, very little EXP regardless of what we grind against. Okay, the the black ravens are fair game because even if they get a turn, they will always spend their first turn using Tarakaja. So these guys are 100% safe to fight against. So even though we have 99 of their items already, these guys will still level us up as long as we hit them and don't miss like an idiot. Know the feeling. My replacement PlayStation 2 stopped reading discs recently while playing SMT Digital Devil Saga. In fact, when I first got like one of those PlayStation 2 consoles, I was actually going through like my first playthrough of Persona 3 FES. And mind you, on top of the frustrations of, you know, a first-time player having frustrations trying to get through Persona 3 FES with AI control party members and all that BS, there was like one moment where I paused and then unpaused, and suddenly my characters just did not load in, and I was essentially soft-locked into a moment where I was on the dungeon floor, and my characters refused to load back in for some reason. And because of that, I was like, you know what? Forget about it. I'm done. And yeah, I didn't play Persona 3 FES until I eventually did emulation. Like, I did actually try doing it on an actual PlayStation 2 console, but because the PlayStation 2 console, I guess, was old and was just refusing to read the disc properly or something. I'm not sure what the actual problem is. Yeah, pretty much I had to do it through emulation, and that's how I was able to get through Persona 3 FES for the first time. And of course, I would eventually do a challenge run of Persona 3 FES. What was the challenge run? It was the mandatory battles only run on the easiest difficulty for Persona 3 FES, which honestly is a run I don't remember that much. I don't remember the run that much, but all I remember is that I pretty much got to the final boss fight, Nyx, but couldn't get past Nyx herself. But the fact I was able to get past some of the Tartarus Guardians, or Gatekeepers as it's now called in Reload, that alone was a crazy feat in general, just being able to get past those guys, like even on the easiest difficulty, because again, damage scaling is a thing in this game. I do pitiful damage and they do a ridiculous amount of damage. Okay, guard. Once again, the Black Ravens start their turns using Tarakaja, so I can defeat these things in one shot with just basic attacks alone. As long as you does not decide to be an idiot and miss on purpose. I hope you enjoyed the castle theme. I wonder if there's a mod to change the dungeon music. Honestly, I don't really think much about it. I hope they re-release the Digital Devil Sagas on modern consoles because the game looks cool. Actually, I did try playing Digital Devil Saga. I'm not sure when, but I did actually try playing Digital Devil Saga PlayStation 2 emulation, and I played a little bit of it, and it's definitely an interesting concept. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't really get that far into it, so I really don't have much of a solid opinion. But I will definitely say its premise is definitely pretty unique. Okay. Thank God Teddy decided to not have us take damage. Alright. Hopefully we are less than 100 or 1,600. Okay, or at least we're less than 1,600, so we are making progress when it comes to leveling up, just not by a lot. And we also need to make sure we pay attention to Izanagi's stats, because if we can level up very specific stats, we want to make sure we level up very specific stats on Izanagi, because we want to prioritize mainly his physical stat. Okay, nope. I have to if I'm gonna defeat those positive canes, I need to make sure that I get a critical hit. And yeah, I would use my SP, but I can't because I'm low on SP recovery items. I'm literally on the last day I can possibly fight Shadow Yukiko, and the fox is unavailable. Alright, I should be able to defeat this thing in one shot. Good. Alright, 34 EXP. I didn't gain an item out of it, but that's okay. More EXP, the better. But yeah, I definitely want to play through the Digital Devil Saga games for sure, but I just need the time and patience to do that. Unfortunately, adult life makes a man's world pretty busy, to say the least. But yeah, recently I've been playing the new... I've actually been playing the new 007 First Light game. So 007 First Light. I've been playing that on my PlayStation 5, and I'm tempted of actually doing a challenge run on it while it's still new. I mean, how many of you are playing the new 007 game, 007 First Light? Which, by the way, it's actually made by the same people that made the Hitman games, like Hitman World of Assassination. And if you played Hitman World of Assassination, it's like one of the best games ever made, honestly. I've put like God, maybe thousands of hours into Hitman World of Assassination. It's such a great game. Such a great and addicting game. And yeah, 007 First Light has been a really great game so far. I still haven't been in the main story because this weekend in general has been completely busy for me. And yeah. But yeah, I've been enjoying my time with 007 First Light, and I've been doing some of the tactical simulations, and yeah, I definitely would love to do a challenge run on that game if possible. Okay. Now, even though I vowed not to use my SP, I think I should be fine using my SP here because, I think as long as I use, like, maybe 1 or 2 Zeos, I should be fine, and I should be able to get through the Shadow Yukiko fight. Not to mention, I do have Assault Signals, so I can have a free use of Tarakaja without using Tarakaja. No, but will eventually. 007 looks great. It's definitely great. It's definitely a game that requires some patience. It's definitely not the shooty bang bang game that GoldenEye was, but in my opinion, it is a really great game. And if you're someone that played like Hitman World of Assassination, then you will have patience for its stealth mechanics. In fact, I think that's what makes it very unique is its stealth mechanics and eavesdropping on conversations to find multiple opportunities to approach your objectives. Like, there's multiple opportunities to approach your objectives. And one of the things I actually found out on my own when replaying the advanced training mission is that you can actually skip the advanced training mission and actually straight up just go to the overview platform and get to the flag right away. That was actually something I discovered on my own. Eventually people would discover it over time, but I actually discovered it on my own myself. I wouldn't say I'm the first person to discover it, but that's actually pretty cool that you can skip the advanced training and just straight up cheat. But yeah, I've been greatly enjoying my time with 007 First Light. I'm tempted to do a challenge run on it. It's just whether or not if it's worth doing or not is, I guess, another question. But at the same time, since releasing the Death Stranded video, I've just come to terms that most of you are subscribed to me mostly just for Persona content and nothing else. And I just gotta accept the fact that you guys prefer nothing but playing Persona all day and nothing but Persona. You guys need more variety in your lives. So I'm more than happy to have a Death Stranded video on my channel because I want some variety. And I personally really love Death Stranding, so I have a Death Stranding video on my channel. And again, for those who have checked it out, thank you so much for checking it out. No, 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 no. Fuck no, fuck no, fuck, fuck, fuck. Wait, wait, wait. They're gonna use Tower Kajo first. They're gonna use... Okay, attack the one that buffed first, and then the other one should buff first turn, and then I can still defeat them. Okay, good. So even though they got an enemy advantage, I did not take damage. Good. Thank God. I started playing Persona 4 Golden for the first time a while back, and I'm on the Risei dungeon. Now it's been pretty fun, but so far I went ahead and played didn't wait for a rival. Also, that Major Mask video was goated. Major Mask video? Oh, Majora's Mask video. That's what you mean is Majora's Mask? Yeah, I released a challenge run on Majora's Mask. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out as well. In my defense, I saw your Sonic Adventure 2 challenge run. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, my Sonic Adventure 2 challenge run on Without Collecting Rings. Yeah, that one I'm definitely proud of, and it's definitely become one of my most popular videos. I'm definitely proud of that one. And in a way, I'm kind of surprised nobody covered a topic on that particular topic. Like, there's been people that have covered topics on, you know, can Knuckles beat everything? Can Tails beat everything? Can Rouge beat everything? Can Sonic beat every single stage? And, you know, there are stages that surprisingly are impossible if you were to play as Sonic, like the Prison Lane mission, which is one of Tails' missions and all that. Like, those videos were interesting. Another run I was thinking of, but someone else definitely beat me to it, was trying to rescue the Lost Chows for the Mission 3s without using the Mystic Melody. But someone actually not only covered the video, but actually surprisingly managed to get pretty much every single Chow without even using the Mystic Melody. And I'm kind of impressed by how possible it actually was. Guard. Guard. I wish the Arcana Chance thing would appear, but unfortunately that's not a feature. Nitsa, I've been watching your videos for years, and I recently played Persona 4 for my girlfriend, and she really liked it. Now we're watching your challenge runs together. Aw, thank you. Could you please say hi, Hi, Valeria and Alondra? Valeria and Alondra? Hi, Valeria and Alondra. I'm sorry if I'm butchering those names. But hi to your friends, girlfriend, or whoever you guys are. I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos and been enjoying these games yourself and having fun with them. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen my new video on Death Stranding, be sure to check it out. Even if you don't think you're going to play the game yourself, I would truly appreciate it if you guys checked it out anyway. Just to kind of see, you know, how it is and such. No, it did not become dizzy. No. Guard. Okay, I think that's my first time killing the Positive King. And I didn't get its item. Of course, I did not get the Positive King's item because that would have been great. But there we go. That's my first time killing the Positive King, I think, through numerous attempts. I just keep trying until I eventually get that first crit. As long as I get that first crit, then I definitely have a chance of killing one of those Positive Kings. Yeah, let's just say I'm quite positive I can kill those Kings. Do you think Persona 4 Revival will show up during the summer's Game Fest? Honestly, I'm not giving any expectations. Also, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of it, but supposedly there's been leaks of Persona 4, not Persona 4, Persona 6, and a look at who our possible protagonist is, and supposedly it's a blonde protagonist, and yeah, they're not doing the female route by the looks of it. It seems like it's going to be another male protagonist for Persona 6, which, you know, I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine if it's a male protagonist, because, I don't know, I guess they feel like they have to keep the male-centered fantasy for these Persona games. They can't be female-oriented, I guess. I don't know, but, yeah, supposedly there has been leaks of what our protagonist of Persona 6 is going to look like. Now, whether or not these leaks are valid or not, I don't know. But if they are valid, cool. If they're not, well, shame on the people who leaked them. Actually, shame on the people who leaked them to begin with. Don't leak games, guys. Let the developers reveal games at their own pace, okay? Don't just spoil it for the rest of us. But yeah, who knows? This might actually be a sign that we'll be getting Persona 6 or an announcement for Persona 6 pretty soon. Which I definitely look forward to. I definitely look forward to seeing Persona 6 and where Persona 6 goes and what kind of themes Persona 6 will tackle. It's hard to say what Persona 6 will tackle. I mean, I can imagine some themes of what it could tackle. Like maybe when it comes to like nationality or regional differences or such, when focused on things like, you know, outside of Japanese culture. Maybe it can be focused on, you know, the theme of like jealousy and greed. Maybe it can be focused on like anxiety and doubt, but honestly, Metaphor ReFantazio kind of already covered those themes on anxiety and such. Blonde eyes, I'm guessing. Apparently, when asked if there was a female protagonist in Persona 6, the leaker answered, kinda. Playing as a foreigner could be interesting. Yeah, it would be interesting. Come on, Alice, give us a female protagonist instead of male MC for once. I mean, it's their choice, it's their game, they can do what they want. I mean, it'd definitely be cool to have a game built from the ground up with a female protagonist in mind. I mean, yeah, we do have a female protagonist for Persona 3 Portable, but that game was built from the ground up with a male protagonist in mind. Definitely Runaway. I'm definitely not going to get back-to-back crits with those things. That'd be ridiculously lucky. Actually, hold on. Let me just change one of my accessories because I keep forgetting to do this. Let me just change one of my accessories. One of the things I've been equipping is the Falcon's Eye, which raises my evasion chance against physical attacks. Let me just switch it to something else here. I think I'm going to equip the Rabbit's Foot to increase my luck by 2. So hopefully that increases my chances of landing critical attacks. I'm definitely not going to be using the Rabbit's Foot against Shadow Yukiko because unfortunately the fear ailment is a 100% guarantee land thing. So using an accessory that increases my evasion against physical attacks is my best bet of surviving. Alternatively, I could increase my chances of dodging fire attacks since I do have an item for that, but I don't know. I think I just need to grind more levels until I can eventually beat Shadow Yukiko. But as you saw with that last attempt I did, it's plausible. It's plausible if I get enough dodges, if I get good crits on the Charming Prince with Cleave and such, and if I time my Tarakages right and all that, and I don't miss like an idiot. Like, it's plausible. It's plausible at the current level I'm at. Ah, see? Already equipping the Rabbit's Foot, and I'm already landing a crit. Nice. I like the idea of both being an option, but I understand it's going to make to take twice as long. I mean, probably not twice as long. It would just take, well, more months, you know, changing things up for the other gender you play as. Then, of course, there's the question of whether or not if they would take the portable route by having same but different social links based on whether or not if you play male or female. And if they're only doing, like, hetero-romantic routes, are they going to, you know, have romance routes with male characters be female only? And if female social links are going to be male romanceable only or whatever, like if they're still sticking with the hetero romantic route or whatnot. I mean, if it was a game made in the West, there would definitely be, you know, options of romancing either gender regardless, but because it's a Japanese game, they may not prioritize, you know, having, you know, both genders be an option for romance options. Not saying that Atlas is homophobic or anything like that. I'm not making that assumption. I mean, yeah, I will definitely say the whole Angel and Julian thing from Persona 5 is definitely bad taste. And even the transphobic moment from, like, Persona 3 is pretty bad. But, you know, aside from that, I mostly just forgive them because of the times it was released. At the times it was released, it was more acceptable to be transphobic. It's definitely not acceptable. It shouldn't be acceptable, but honestly, I think I can forgive them a slight bit just because of the times it was released. I mean, now that we're in a time where, you know, being transphobic or homophobic just makes you an absolute asshole, you know, they're definitely not only more cautious of it, but actually making the efforts of trying to change it. Like, I don't know if it's the same in the Japanese release or not. I don't know if the Japanese version of Persona 3 Reload changed it or not. But as you know, in Persona 3 Reload, the lady who was originally transgender is now just a crazy conspiracy theory lady that was selling you sunscreen. It's arguably not as funny, but it's definitely a change that I do appreciate. Seeing this grind really makes you miss Golden Hands. I mean, Golden Hands are in this game. They appear as Golden Shadows, and you can still fight Golden Hands. Problem is that not only do we not have enough stats to defeat them in, you know, one shot before they run away, but they also, okay, escape. But they also only grant 1 EXP. The only point of fighting these Golden Hands in the OG version is to get keys. Keys and a decent amount of yen out of them. Because, yeah, the original version, Golden Hands only give 1 EXP, a good amount of money, and 1 chest key. But if you're playing the Golden version, then the Golden version pretty much allows you to gain a crap ton of experience points and money, but they don't give chest keys. Chest keys, you more or less just have to get lucky to get out of a normal chest. Okay, don't escape. Guard. Guard. And I hope my fan is not in the way, guys. I'm using a fan to keep myself cool because it is a hot day today, and it's going to be even hotter tomorrow, so I'm definitely not streaming tomorrow. Also, I seen the bigger girl during Persona 4. I wonder if them making fun of her will stay in Revival, like that part she broke Yosuke's bike by sitting on it. Honestly, I guess it really depends on Japan's standards of, like, comedy, because I think when it comes to, like, more dark and offensive comedy, Japan is more open to it than the West is. But honestly, I'm kind of indifferent whether or not if they keep the whole thing with Hanako in the game or not. It doesn't add anything to the story, like, at all. It doesn't add anything to the story at all, and it's pretty much just laughing because she's just the ugly girl with bad life choices and all that, and you're supposed to not like her whatsoever. I mean, with at least the homeroom teacher, what the frick was her name? Your homeroom teacher that appears in the second half of the game. God, I forget her name, but yeah, she was pretty much awful. Definitely the worst homeroom teacher. Like, worse than Kane Moron, because at least Kane Moron was not a pervert. he was not a pervert, and hey, at least he's canonically a homeroom teacher that wouldn't date someone who's underage, whereas at least in every other Persona game, your homeroom teacher had the possibility of dating you. And, okay, well, maybe in Persona 4, your second homeroom teacher doesn't. You're not given the option to, but she does suggest at the possibility of it. And then in Persona 3, it's more awkward, if anything, that, oh my god, you're the same person that I've been talking to online. And in Persona 5, Kawakami is a romanceable option. And yes, I have unironically romanced her, not just for the sake of romancing every girl in the game, but I have actually romanced her as the main romance girl for a single playthrough. And yes, I've done it unironically because, well, I like her character. Though, arguably, her character is more stronger and engaging when you don't go the romance route. No, my motorcycle. Kashiwagi, yeah, that was her name. Okay, I should definitely be paying attention to the level ups, particularly on Izanagi, because I'm pretty sure while the stats on our party members are fixed on what goes up each level, the stats on Izanagi is not. Okay, so we are making progress, but unfortunately we're not even halfway there. So we're not halfway there. We're not living on a prayer. And yeah, Izanagi is slowly gaining levels as well. So yeah, we just got to keep on grinding. Okay, just looking at messages, just making sure my boyfriend's not coming home early. But yeah, I essentially just wanted to do a stream on this because of, well, the fact that my Death Stranding video did not do so well at all. Like, my Death Stranding video did not do so well at all, but honestly, I was expecting it not to do well. I was expecting it not to do well, and I think of it as more of a niche thing that I covered that I have no regret covering, essentially. Essentially, an underappreciated game that I think deserves more appreciation than it got, and I think you should still check out, or at least check out the video, just to see how much I do appreciate the game. It's unironically one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I got the Platinum Trophy for it, and I still wanted to play more of Death Stranding. Like, I really enjoyed the package delivery service simulator game in the post-apocalyptic future. Didn't Kashiwagi take the students to the same love hotel in Persona 3? Pretty much. You know, maybe the reason Katona was not in Persona 3 Reload was so they could avoid the can romance route. Honestly, I think it's just more time constraints, and honestly, considering that the original Persona 3 was, you know, built with a male protagonist in mind, it just felt more appropriate just sticking with the one protagonist instead of two protagonists. And honestly, I can forgive them for the fact that they do still have the option of playing the answer. And honestly, Episode Igus redeems the answer for me. The best way to experience the answer is playing Episode Igus. If you hated the answer, definitely play Episode Igus. Episode Igus is a far more better version to play. It still gets repetitive over time because you don't have the social sim aspects, but you know, if you play literally any other JRPG that doesn't have social sim aspects, like, you know, Shin Megami Tensei, where literally the entire game is nothing but fighting, then it's a game that you'll still find a lot of joy and fun out of. And honestly, the broken mechanics that people complain about in Reload definitely makes Episode Igus feel so much more tolerable to play. Like the clock feature, so you can catch party members up to your level and all that is like super freaking convenient. The ability to have, like, you know, a Persona compendium, that is definitely a great difference. And even some of the unnecessary conditions, like, you know, having a gardening lady inside the mall to harvest the vegetables for you, that is like so unnecessary, but honestly I appreciate that quality of life addition. Only issues is $30 DLC, but it goes on sale a lot. Well, just get Episode Igus while it's on sale, and there you go. Actually, one particular streamer that I've been watching doing a blind playthrough of Persona 3 is JC Backfire. I'm not sure if you guys know of him, but JC Backfire recently completed his blind stream of Persona 3 Reload. And yeah, I've been watching his stream and seeing his blind reactions, and the reaction to his ending is just... It was just perfect. It hit close to him, and I think it's a perfect example of how the purists who say that the original version is better and fits better are definitely in the wrong. I think Reload definitely does capture the feels that, the original developers were aiming for in the original game. It's just they do it in their own unique way, and with modern technology, being able to have multiple camera angles and such. Like, I think Reload is still a really solid remake, and seeing, JC Backfire's reaction definitely proves that, it still captures its themes perfectly well. In fact, I would even argue that there's some stuff that I would argue was done better in the remake than in the original. Like, I think the ending in the original does make it clear what Makoto's fate is, but still have it subtle enough. And honestly, the addition of Episode Aegis, I think is a great addition. I think it's severely overhated by the purists that complain it's not hard, even though they're the same people that complain that the answer is hard. Okay, so are you complaining because it's too hard, or are you complaining because there's more quality of life? Like, make up your freaking mind! Like, those people drive me nuts. It's like, wow, you're a bunch of thankless little shits. Like, come on. Trust me, Episode Aegis, or the answer, is better with a Persona Compendium. It's better with the quality of life improvements in the remake. Like, you guys are just a bunch of thankless little shits, you know that? It just really annoys me, but then again, that's fandoms for you. They'll find, like, the tiniest thing to complain about and complain that that's the whole game and say it's the one thing that destroys everything that, this game stands for. It's like, shut the fuck up, okay? Go outside and touch some grass, for crying out loud. Trust me, the Sonic fandom is not even any better. Honestly, any fandom is not really any better. Any fandom in general can be pretty toxic, and, people are always fighting for rightness over common sense. Yeah, but yeah, the main story of it is still there, and honestly, there is even more that is added that arguably makes it a better experience. Like, I think Koromaru's last linked social link story is really emotional. It's really emotional, and it really does have a perfect ending for Koromaru, who is arguably the least interesting party member character of the entire game. And Shinji's linked social link was a really, really great addition. And hey, at least there's a great social link for Ken that actually doesn't have you going down a female romance route, or a romance route in general. Remake haters are kind of annoying. I get maybe a voice actor change, but them adding like shifting and stuff really isn't a bad thing, and you can always do a harder difficulty. Well, that's the thing. They do a harder difficulty and complain it's too easy because they actually do spend the time grinding. Well, maybe it's because it's easy because you guys actually spend the time grinding and utilizing the game mechanics. The very thing that is actually making you stronger to begin with. Like, I don't know. I think the purists definitely are quite toxic when it comes to, like, complaining on the remake. Like, they have a right to prefer the OG version or the FES version over the remake version. That opinion is 100% valid, and I definitely have things I like more in FES than I do in the remake. I won't deny that. There's definitely stuff that the original does better compared to the remake. But overall, I definitely say the remake is the better experience of Persona 3. It's definitely the more fun experience. Just because a game is harder does not mean it's better. But yeah, everyone's definition of fun differs. And that's totally valid. It's totally valid. If your definition of fun is to have an extremely hard game that is constantly throwing back-to-back crits at you and you're dying 295 times before you get past the boss fight, and if that's considered fun for you, good for you. But I'm pretty sure some people want to have a gameplay that is like fun, and that's why easy difficulties exist, or story difficulties exist, and so it's accessible for people that can at least enjoy the experience without being frustrated by, you know, the overall difficulty of the game. I mean, my entire family and I have played Hogwarts Legacy, for example, and my mom, let's just say she absolutely sucks at video games and pretty much had to play the entire Hogwarts Legacy on story difficulty. And it's kind of funny when she's playing on story difficulty because not only can you practically break or get past some of the required mechanics of the game, like using specific spells to break certain shields, like you can just spam your basic attacks and those shields will break, or you take minuscule damage and you do lots of damage. And there's even a moment where you have to walk past a dragon blowing fire at you through our ruins, and well, you know, the rest of my family and I pretty much, you know, take cover from the fire attacks because they do a lot of damage to you. My mom just ran straight through, like, you know, the fields and was constantly getting fire breathed on her, and because she was playing on story difficulty, she was practically taking next to no damage, and it was like freaking hilarious to watch. But honestly, I think having difficulties that appeal to people that don't want to challenge at all is still a good thing to have. It's still a good thing to have, you know, appeal to people that don't want that challenge. I remember some people in the fandom liking Sonic 06 for some reasons. I mean, you have every right to like Sonic 06. I don't think it's a good Sonic game, but honestly, a good chunk of the reason why it's bad to begin with is because of Sega's incompetence of wanting an anniversary release and splitting the team in half so the other half can work on Sonic and the Secret Reigns while the other half works on, you know, Sonic 06, which was a bigger and more ambitious project. And because of their incompetence of wanting, you know, a sales release, that's mostly what caused the game to be bad to begin with. Okay, awesome. Back-to-back crits. Thank you, you. Okay, I can definitely defeat this thing. Okay, nice to see some efficiency for once. Awesome. I like the Sonic 06 story, but the gameplay is not great. However, playing as Silver is fun. I would argue that playing as Silver was the least interesting, but I will definitely say I enjoyed Silver's story from Sonic 06. I mean, if you know how to play the game, it's not really gonna be hard. PS Plus put Hogwarts Legacy in Cozy Games along with Stardew Valley and other life sims. I don't care if that placement was very good. What challenge run are you doing today? The same challenge run I've been doing with on the previous days. You and Izanagi only. And unfortunately, I'm stuck with my party members for the first dungeon, so my party members only exist to be meat shields, essentially. That's the only reason I have my party members with me, is because I'm forced to have party members with me during the first dungeon. But once I get to Kanji's dungeon, I have the option of putting them in the back line, so essentially they're just here to be my meat shields. But unfortunately, as long as they're in my party, they're taking up some of the EXP. But on the upside of them gaining some of the EXP, they're also going to be increasing their HP capacity and endurance. All that waiting for nothing. But yeah, essentially I did a stream, or I started off the stream showing my 2 attempts against Shadow Yukiko, and the second attempt we got pretty darn close. We can definitely see the plausibility of getting past Shadow Yukiko, but essentially I'm grinding an extra level not just to have better HP capacity, but also to increase the damage scaling, because essentially the higher level you are, the more damage you do, and the less damage you receive, essentially. So we're essentially over-leveling for the sake of damage scaling, and if possible, we can also grind up Izanagi, and it is actually possible to mid-max particular stats on Izanagi, so we can make sure that we level up any stat that is not our luck stat. and essentially make sure we min-max the strength to do the most amount of physical damage, magic to do the most amount of damage with Zeo, agility for a better chance of dodging or never missing attacks, and endurance so we can take more damage from attacks. But yeah, it is possible to min-max stats and just reload the last save file, so that way we make sure that Izanagi only increases certain stats, and 3 particular stats will go up. Sometimes the same increase will go to one particular stat. Do you enjoy doing these ones, or just do it for the love of the game and curiosity and for a video game, of course? Well, I'm mostly doing this mostly because people are mostly watching me for Persona-related content. And honestly, there's only, as far as I'm aware, there's only one challenge run of OG Persona 4 that exists, and that was the one that Nam's Compendium did of Persona 4 without the protagonist. Essentially having the protagonist guard while the party members do everything with AI control party members. I definitely recommend the video because it definitely shows just how incompetent the AI system is. Like, they don't use buffs or debuffs even if you have them on the heal and support tactic. Like, it's ridiculous just how pathetic they are. Okay, I'm gonna have to escape from this battle. Yeah, I didn't get a player advantage there, so I'll have to escape from the battle. I can't risk losing any more HP. There are definitely runs I do genuinely enjoy doing, for sure. Like the Majora's Mask run, I definitely really enjoyed doing. The Persona 4 damageless run, while frustrated at moments, I definitely enjoyed doing. So much so that I did a part 4 of it doing a New Game Plus run of the game. Victory! Some runs I think it's for curiosity, but I remember some you didn't have fun with, like the doing nothing and no attacking. I didn't just have not fun with it. Those runs mentally destroyed me. In fact, doing the no attacking run initially gave me a bad view of Persona 3 Reload before finally, going through the game again and beating it and remembering how great it is. And beat an episode, I guess, for the first time, which was repetitive because of the lack of the social simulation aspects, but honestly I thought was still good overall. Okay, can I get back-to-back crits? If I could get back-to-back crits, that would be freaking awesome, which of course doesn't happen. And unfortunately, regardless of how many enemies we defeat, we don't gain any EXP unless we defeat every single enemy within the battles. Okay, so how far are we along when it comes to... Okay, so at least we're under 1,000 now. Unfortunately, we're still not even halfway through the grind. But yeah, with the amount of battles we're doing and the lack of, being able to destroy specific enemies and all that, it's definitely going to be a ridiculously long grind, and it's going to be even longer depending on how many levels we go up for. But yeah, once we beat Shadow Yukiko, the rest of the run should not necessarily be easier, but a lot more smooth sailing since we have access to the Fox. And before I take on Kanji's dungeon, I am going to prioritize trying to mid-max the Fox social link as much as possible, so that way when I pay him up in the TV world, I only have to restore, SP with a small amount, and that will definitely make a good chunk of the run a lot more easier. And the thing is that since I'm mostly relying on physical attacks, especially with Shadow Kanji fight where I just can't use Zeo, then relying on a more physical build is definitely going to be ideal for the beginning part of the game. And it might actually be ideal for most of the game, considering that I can upgrade Cleave to be stronger versions of physical attacks. Whereas Zeo, unfortunately, I can only upgrade it to be Zeo, which unfortunately is not going to be as great. So, yeah, just pretty much relying on trying to min-max that strength stat to 99 as soon as possible, while also trying to min-max the agility, endurance, and luck when appropriate is definitely going to be the ultimate thing that gets me through this game. So I got the player advantage. As long as I don't miss, then I can defeat this guy. Shuffle time, which I'm gonna completely ignore. Unfortunately, you did not unlock Arcana Chance until the next dungeon, so it's not worth doing the shuffle time mechanic. And even if I get a persona that I'm not going to use, I can just throw away that persona no problem and just make sure I keep Izanagi my only persona the entire time. And since the only social links I'm going to be bothering with throughout the entire run is the part-time job social links for money, and the Fox social link, as I'm going to try to min-max the Fox social link and get him to max rank as soon as freaking possible, that's pretty much all I'm going to do when it comes to social links. So essentially, this is going to be a run where I'm not going to be bonding with my party members or my family. Ah, jeez. I do enjoy challenge runs because it gives a new way of experiencing the same game and maybe use mechanics you never thought about using. Yep, absolutely. Would you possibly do a Persona 3 Fez while only being level 1? Hell no. Hell freaking no. I already did a Persona 3 Fez mandatory battles only run, and mind you, even with levels, the run itself was like barely possible. The run itself was like barely possible, and while I managed to get to the final boss fight, let's just say the final boss fight is going to be a no-go, even if I use the Plumes of Dusk that easy difficulty gives to me. So hell no, I am not doing a level 1 run because damage scaling is going to be a thing. Inari is going to come in clutch later. Is there a way to get the motorcycle in the second area of Death Stranding? I couldn't get up that hill that leads to the boat area. Second area of Death Stranding. Are you talking about Central America, or are you talking about going from Capital Knot City to Port Knot City? Is that what you're talking about? There is a way to get the motorcycle. If you completed the Windfall delivery, you should have access to a generator. If you can grab a PCC cargo and make a generator, there's a motorcycle that is just outside of the distribution center, and you can actually restore that thing to full. And if you deliver it to the distribution center, go to your private room and come back out, you can actually have that motorcycle be fully restored to full durability. And then you just need to carry a PCC cargo with you on road so you can whip it out anytime to fully restore the motorcycle. But the thing is, you'll be walking through BT territory, and walking through BT territory on motorcycle is unfortunately not ideal. Possible, but not ideal, especially on harder difficulties. Wait, I'm walking in the opposite direction, aren't I? Or am I walking? I forget what direction I was walking in, dang it. I was too busy looking at comments here. Shoot, I am walking in the opposite direction. Whatever, I'll just reset the room. I'm like only 3 hours in the game, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to an entirely new map or something. Okay, so you got past the east side of the continent, and now you're in the central part of the continent. If you're in the central part of the continent, then yeah, I definitely do recommend using vehicles if possible. But you may have to complete certain deliveries or side deliveries or main deliveries that are entitled Orders for Sam, and complete those in order to unlock specific equipment and such. Like, I definitely recommend building your connection levels with facilities that specifically give you the power skeleton or speed skeleton or whatever, as getting those skeletons will definitely help in the long run. So the power skeletons will allow you to carry more cargo without costing too much stamina, and the speed skeletons will allow you to run faster without costing too much stamina. And if you can build motorcycles, that would definitely be great, mostly on flat terrain, but still great nonetheless. And also, if you're in the Central America area, I definitely recommend trying to build roads next to road pavers, and make sure you're playing in online mode. If you're playing in online mode, you'll be able to use other players' structures as well as borrow donated equipment from the shared locker. Like, the best way to experience Death Stranding is definitely playing online, because you'll actually get other players' helps while also being able to help other players, and it definitely helps make the game feel more alive. Yes, I used a Zeo there, but I'm okay with that because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use that much SP when fighting Shadow Yukiko. I just need an excuse to get more EXP. I didn't even think level 1... I don't even think level 1 is possible in Fest without some sort of cheating to give you 0 EXP from the fights. I mean, that's not the problem. The problem is damage scaling. The reason why a level 1 run is possible in games like Kingdom Hearts or Metaphor ReFantazio is because damage scaling is not a thing. The only thing that, you know, gets improvement over time is pretty much how much stats you give, not based on what level you are at. But because these older games have, like, damage scaling, so essentially the higher level you are, the more damage you do, or the lower level you are, the more damage you take, essentially. It's not going to be a possible run because damage scaling is a thing. So if you get, you know, a good chunk into the game, you're just going to be completely floored because you're just going to be doing a single point of damage and the enemies are just going to be doing hundreds of damage to you. And yeah, level 1 for Fest, even on easy difficulty, is just going to be impossible. Okay, thank you for deciding not to have us get hit, Teddy. I've been trying to build a few bridges. I don't know if it's a waste of time, but it feels helpful. If the bridges do help you, then yes, I do recommend building bridges, for sure. However, again, make sure you play in online mode. If you play in online mode, and if you connect a certain area to the chiral network, then you'll be able to use other players' structures, including bridges. And if you have bridges that are built in the area, it will definitely help you in your run. Definitely make sure you're playing in online mode when playing Death Stranding, because it will definitely make the experience feel a lot more better to go through. And it definitely helps make the game feel more alive when you're able to use other players' structures. Guard! Guard! Attack! My PlayStation Plus ran out. Do you need to play it online? No, you don't need the PlayStation Plus. You just need an online connection to the Wi-Fi. That's all you need. I don't have PlayStation Plus at all, and I'm playing online, and I'm able to use player structures. Just as long as you have Wi-Fi and you can connect to the internet, that's all you need. Just use Wi-Fi, you can connect to the internet, and you can use other player structures and vehicles within the world, which will definitely make things a lot more convenient. And there's a chance that some of the road pavers will have materials already donated, or even build a road, which will definitely speed up the process of you building roads in between the distribution centers. But no, you don't need a PlayStation Plus account active for Death Stranding. You just need Wi-Fi. You just need your PlayStation connected to your Wi-Fi and you're good. But yeah, you'll be able to use like other players' PCC structures out in the overworld, and the more you unlock, the more equipment will be available for you. And you want to be able to use things like power skeletons, speed skeletons, or support skeletons and such in order to traverse the world easier. And the thing is that depending on what facility crafts those specific skeletons for you, make sure you keep trying to get their connection levels up, because they can actually give you a better version of that specific equipment. Is Death Stranding 2 worth buying after 1, or is it not worth $70? Unfortunately, I don't have an opinion on Death Stranding 2, because despite Death Stranding 1 being one of my favorite games, I have not played Death Stranding 2 yet because I'm poor, broke, and whatever, but I do plan to play Death Stranding 2 eventually. Right now, I've actually been, and I know it sounds hypocritical considering that I recently bought 007 First Light and been enjoying that game, but I will be playing Death Stranding 2 eventually when I get around to it. But yeah, I've been playing 007 First Light recently, and I've been enjoying that game. But yeah, I'd definitely say if you do have a way of playing Death Stranding 2, I definitely do recommend it. Even if I haven't played Death Stranding 2 yet. And if you're going to get Death Stranding, make sure you get the Director's Cut version, as the Director's Cut version not only has more missions and game mechanics, but it also has a few quality of life improvements that definitely makes it a better experience. Plus, if you saw my ranking video, there's PCC structures that you can build. You can build 7 of them in the base game and 10 of them in the Director's Cut version. And as you can see in the video I made, I essentially made a video where I build where I can build 10 of them, and essentially the additional structures you can build is the cargo catapult, the Carl Bridge, and the jump ramp. And the jump ramp in particular is definitely makes getting the Director's Cut version worth it for sure. And yeah, the Carl Bridge and is just as great, and the cargo catapult is too situational to make it useful, but it does have its uses. But yeah, I definitely say if you're going to get Death Stranding, definitely get the Director's Cut version. I definitely recommend it. It's definitely a game that's going to require patience. It's definitely a game that's going to require patience. It's definitely a game that is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I can fully acknowledge that. But if you actually take your time with it, learn the game mechanics, utilize the gadgets that the facilities create for you, you'll definitely have a better experience overall with Death Stranding. It's definitely a game where you have to put in hard effort in order to make the most efficient effort. And the thing is that the more structures you build, not only are you potentially helping someone else if that area is connected to the chiral network, but you're also helping yourself for later deliveries. And the thing is that the stronger your connection levels are, like the more stars you have with a specific facility, not only do you have more bandwidth to build more structures, but you also have like more powerful versions of upgrades of particular equipment that you can forge. My only issue so far with Death Stranding is that the story is kind of rough to understand, but I assume it gets easier. Like, how did the main character forget his mother was the president? I mean, he didn't forget that his mother was the president. It's more or less that he wanted to neglect his family. If anything, he doesn't see any value in trying to save a country that is dying and all that. It's not that he forgot who his mother is. It's that he wants to, disown her and have nothing to do with her, essentially. And, he does have valid reasons for why he feels that way. But yeah, the story itself definitely does get better. You'll definitely understand the world more as the story progresses, and they do give you information that helps you understand how or why this world works and all that. So they do give you information that makes you understand the world of Death Stranding a lot more, and understand not only the stakes that they're at, but also just how the world works and why the world is what it is. Still got ways to go with levels. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get to the next level before I end the stream, but I ideally want to make sure I end the stream when I get to level 21. If I don't, then I might do another stream where I make sure I not only get to like level 22, but also get Izanagi up a level. The only issue is that I'm definitely not streaming tomorrow because it's definitely going to be way hotter outside than it is today, and it's already hot as is. Yeah, fortunately, it doesn't help that I'm escaping from some of these battles, but I'm making sure that I don't take any damage. But yeah, I definitely highly recommend Death Stranding, particularly the Director's Cut version. And if you want to see a video of me doing a video on Death Stranding, I did make an entire video of it. It's like only 24 minutes long. It should be pretty light when it comes to story spoilers. So I definitely recommend checking that out. So even if you don't understand what's going on, at least it'll give you an idea of how Death Stranding is more than just a walking simulator, as some claim Death Stranding to be. It's definitely not just a walking simulator. There is definitely, there is definitely more to the game than just that. Did you know that there is a Bridge Baby Easter egg in Cyberpunk? It's in a random test tube in a building. No, I didn't, because I've never played Cyberpunk. It doesn't surprise me that there's an Easter egg of that. I mean, there is like Half-Life and Horizon Zero Dawn references in Death Stranding. There's even cargo where you can deliver old like PlayStation consoles and such to a particular to one of your clients and such, who is like a collector of old video games. So there is definitely references to like other video games within the game, and there's even a reference to like Mario. It's like one of the most cringiest dialogue in the entire game, but it's like so cringy that it feels right in the world that it's in. It definitely helps make the world feel more alive. Okay, so I only have like 705 EXP to go, so I'm definitely more than halfway through this grind. So I might be able to get to level 21 before I end the stream. It's just whether or not if my boyfriend's going to be showing up here earlier than expected or not. I don't know. It really depends on how his work feels like working, I guess. Lately, he's been showing up home pretty early. Cyberpunk is pretty fun. I recommend trying it if you find it cheap. Yeah. Personally, I think I'm going to pass on it for now, especially since it didn't leave a good first impression. Like, supposedly the game was just not good at launch, which is never a good sign. Sure, it gets better over time with later patches, but honestly, it should have been great when it first got released. I mean, it would have been one thing if it was like one game-breaking bug that prevents you from regressing or something like that would later get patched very soon. I mean, that kind of stuff is forgiving, but when it's just constantly a glitch mess, and it's like the equivalent of a bad Bethesda game all the way through, then honestly, it's just very inexcusable in my opinion. And sure, it can get better over time with patches, but honestly, it should have been better when it first got released. I mean, every game has its glitches, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. A game with glitches is inevitable. That's something that is unavoidable for even the best game in the world or whatever. But in my opinion, it's definitely inexcusable to release a game that shouldn't have been released, especially when you're paying full price for a game. And I know the developers don't make it with the intent of making a bad game because it's funny. No, that's not how it works. If you know how video games work and how they're made, people don't make bad video games with the intent of making bad video games. That's not how it works, like, at all. There is definitely developmental struggles. There is definitely problems with coding or, you know, the engine not being able to run a particular thing that the developers intend as efficiently and whatever. Prince's Beach is peak. Yeah. Maybe you should do something, Ron, where you just beat the game normally for the next April Fools or something. I don't know, maybe for the next April Fools, I'll just go through the Persona Compendium and, like, do a ranking of who has the best butt or something like that. Or maybe just complain about how much I hate Persona. Persona 3 is bad because you control AI party member, or you have no control over AI party members. And even with the release of Reload, they make it too easy and all that. And also Persona 4 is bad because clearly Kanji was meant to be gay and Naoto was meant to be trans and all that. And Persona 5 is bad because it tells you to stop listening to authority. Was it trying to teach our kids independence or something? No, kids should be listening to what adults say and all that because kids are automatically in the wrong. God, this is just like when they released Turning Red, saying that they should disobey their parents and whatever and all that. It's like, yeah, okay, I can't even take myself seriously without laughing about it. Yeah, I mean, Turning Red, in my opinion, was a pretty good movie. It's definitely not one of Pixar's best, but it was definitely a pretty good movie. And in my opinion, does have a good message of showing that, you know, being completely 100% meeting parents' expectations can be a bad thing. And that's something that I did actually truly appreciate about Turning Red, is that pure honesty of showing that and such, especially for a kids movie when parents already have troubles trying to discipline their kids and such. But I think it does it in a way that if you know the themes and understand it and all that, then in my opinion, it handles it in a way that is not just a, oh, disobey your parents kind of movie. That's not what the intent is. Okay. I might get a second encounter here. Hopefully I can beat the second encounter. I better beat the second encounter. Yeah, I might be able to. I'll see. They might hit me here, but let's see. Shit. God damn it. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but whatever. I grinded for such a long time, I am not going to reset. I am not going to reset after that, and they only took a minuscule amount of damage out of me anyway, so hopefully the peach seeds are enough to bring me back to full again. But yeah, that was pretty bad. Okay. Only around 600 EXP left. More than halfway when we started the grind. Guard. Guard. I wonder how they will do the cultural festival in Revival. I don't know, I guess the same way they did it in the original games, I guess. Are you gonna watch the new Star Wars movie? There's a new Star Wars movie? I don't know, I've been so out to date on what's been going on with Star Wars lately. The only new thing Star Wars that I have watched is, of course, the sequel trilogy. The first movie was good with some problems, and the second movie had good ideas, but it was overall not a great movie, and Rise of Skywalker just straight up was bad. And arguably the worst, no, not arguably, it is the worst Star Wars movie out of the 9 movies. And the only other thing I watched was Rogue One, which was good. Solo, which was not really good, but I appreciate, the actor at least doing his best to bring his own version of Han Solo and such. But, aside from appreciating the actor for trying to be as faithful to the character as possible, Solo was mostly a forgettable movie. And the only TV show related thing I watched of Star Wars was Obi-Wan, mostly because of Ewan McGregor reprising his role as Obi-Wan. I watched Obi-Wan. That was like the only show of Star Wars that I did watch. So I personally have not seen Mandalorian or Andor or whatever the heck other kind of spin-off Star Wars show they released. The only spin-off show that I did watch was Obi-Wan. Again, mostly because of Ewan McGregor reprising his role as Obi-Wan, because I really enjoyed Ewan McGregor's performance as the young Obi-Wan from the prequels. In fact, honestly, I would say that I do enjoy the prequels. I do enjoy the prequels, but a part of that could be just nostalgia and me watching them as a kid, that I still enjoy it. Get a crit, please. This is bad. God damn it. Get a crit, get a crit. Yes, yes, good, okay. Good, I can defeat these enemies in one hit without freaking dying. Nice. Or without getting hit. Good, good, good. But yeah, I had no idea what new Star Wars thing is happening right now. I mean, since Disney has taken it over, I've only seen the 3 movies of the sequel trilogy. Again, I liked Force Awakens. I mean, it does have problems, like practically being a retelling of A New Hope. Rey did start off as an interesting character, but she did have that Mary Sue aspect to her that definitely made her too overpowered. But the performance that Daisy Ridley give to Rey definitely made her interesting enough to make me want to know more of what's going to happen with the character. For the most part, I definitely enjoyed Force Awakens. The Last Jedi, I enjoyed aspects of it, but there were definitely lots of aspects that definitely did not work with The Last Jedi for sure. And people have already complained about it, like with them subverting expectations constantly, that it was like twist, 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 to the point that none of it feels natural, and it feels like the developers just constantly throwing twists in just for the sake of subverting expectations to make the movies unpredictable. But it gets to a point where it just becomes tiring, that you're just no longer surprised and you're just more annoyed, if anything. And The Rise of Skywalker, let's just say, aside from the performances of the actors themselves, the movie was just terrible all the way through. I mean, Rey was practically a Mary Sue throughout the entire goddamn movie. The whole thing with Rey being the granddaughter of Palpatine is not necessarily a bad twist, but arguably her parents just being a bunch of nobodies, as stated in The Last Jedi. Like, they retconned an aspect of The Last Jedi just because fans didn't like it. Like, her being a granddaddy to a powerful, or granddaughter to a powerful granddaddy, honestly makes her feel a lot less interesting in comparison. Like, her just coming from a family of nobodies is more interesting because you don't necessarily need to have a bloodline of, being with a specific family to be special or interesting or whatever. And honestly, I thought that approach was actually a lot more interesting than making her just simply the granddaughter of Palpatine. And not to mention, somehow Palpatine returned. Not only is that line delivery terrible, but yeah, the return of Palpatine was just awful. Like, J.J. Abrams' defense is like, oh, well, he was the overarching antagonist of the first 6 movies, so it only makes sense that he's the overarching antagonist of the 9th movie. No, it's not. Just make Kylo Ren the main antagonist. That's all you need. I mean, since he already killed Snoke in the 8th movie, just make Kylo Ren the overarching antagonist that you wish could have a redemption arc, but the simple matter is he doesn't want that redemption and never gets it. Make him kind of the opposite of what Darth Vader is, where instead of having the last minute no, and there's that bit of hope that, there's still good in him, don't have that for Kylo Ren throughout all the way through. That would have been a much more better story in comparison than just throwing Palpatine in. Like, you can tell J.J. Abrams just throws it in just because, oh, it's something that the fans would be familiar with, and as long as they're familiar with it, then they will like it. And it's like, God, I hated the mindset that they did with Rise of Skywalker. And the thing is, even some of the ideas that could be interesting definitely makes the story inferior overall. Like, force healing, that could have, like, saved or prevent deaths from, like, so many different characters, and this is only included. It's like, yeah, it was just terrible. Finn practically being reduced to Rey. It's just, oh my god. They really butchered Finn's character. Rogue One was good. I love that one. Apparently, there's a rumor Disney is going to make all the sequel movies not canon so they can go back to young Luke and stuff. I mean, I doubt it, but we'll see. True, I felt like the story was what happened years ago with the last movie, something like Star Wars 4. Yeah. And thank you so much for the 99-cent donation, Funky Pants. Thank you so much. Trying to hit the goddamn heart button, but the thing's not allowing me to. There we go. I hit the heart button. But yeah, thank you so much for the 99 cents donation, Funky Pan 6. But yeah, overall, I don't really care too much about the new Star Wars. I mean, if there is some good Star Wars content to check out, like Mandalorian, I might check it out eventually. But yeah, personally, I've only seen, like, the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Rogue One, Solo, and the Obi-Wan show. The Obi-Wan show was okay. I wouldn't say it was bad or necessary or anything. It was an okay show, mostly just to see the return of Ewan McGregor reprising his role as Obi-Wan. Solo, not good. Rogue One, good. Force Awakens, I like. Last Jedi, I liked aspects of it, but didn't like other aspects of it. And Rise of Skywalker was just pretty bad overall. But yeah, I'm glad we can actually have conversations that go beyond just us talking about Persona. Thanks for the Death Stranding tips. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you watched the video. But yeah, definitely watch the Death Stranding video. Hopefully it definitely gives you tips on how to use the PCC structures as efficiently as possible. You know, use safe houses, build it next to the Timefall farm, so that way you have access to the farm, veteran porter, and racetrack. Racetrack if you're playing the director's cut version. You know, make use of like the Timefall shelter so you can get as much likes as possible from your clients. Use the cargo catapult so you can cheese mule camps as efficiently as possible. And you can get it as early as getting rank 2 with the Elder. And, no, actually, no, you won't unlock the cargo catapult until you connect Mountain Knot City, so that's not going to be a while. Oh, wait, not social links. I want to look at status. Okay, we're definitely coming it's still a long-ish way, but we're definitely getting there when it comes to stats. It's definitely going to be a long time before Izanagi sees another level. But we'll definitely get our characters up one level. I'll throw some attempts against Shadow Yukiko and see how that works out. If it doesn't work out, then, you know, I'll definitely try to do another stream where I grind up even more levels. Anyone gonna watch the new Spider-Man movie in June? The new Spider-Man movie. That's the Spider-Man Noir, right? I'm definitely interested in checking it out for sure, and I definitely want to watch it in black and white for more authenticity of it being, well, Spider-Man Noir. I mean, I really like Nicolas Cage, and, you know, a Nicolas Cage Spider-Man movie in a noir setting definitely sounds very interesting. I definitely enjoyed, you know, his performance as Spider-Man Noir in the Spider-Verse movies. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out. The Spider-Man movies are the only good thing Marvel makes now. Yeah, I think as far as recent Spider-Man movies go, I think I've definitely enjoyed almost every single Spider-Man movie that has been released. I've enjoyed all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I've enjoyed No Way Home. I'll definitely see the fourth one for sure, because I'm at least emotionally invested in this version of Spider-Man for sure. Even though I do still prefer the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from an emotional standpoint, but yeah, and I enjoyed both Spider-Verse films. Both Spider-Verse films are absolutely fun. I look forward to when they eventually release that freaking third one that has taken them centuries to finally release. Tarakaja. Honestly and sadly true, Funky Pants 6. What did he say? Spider-Man movies are the only good things that Marvel makes now. I mean, the only other thing that I've I've seen most of the Marvel movies, you know, prior to Endgame, and I definitely enjoyed most of the movies up to Endgame. But it seems like a lot of the post content after Endgame was definitely not good, or there's a few gems here and there, but they were mostly not good. And honestly, I haven't really watched most of them. I really have not watched most of them, and honestly, I don't really have an interest of watching most of them. The only ones that I did watch, you know, post Endgame is, well, Spider-Man No Way Home, which I did enjoy, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I also really enjoyed. And I think that's mostly it, honestly. Honestly, a few of the DC movies that have come out recently have been pretty good. I mean, I really enjoyed Joker, though I didn't see the second Joker movie. I've seen the first Joker movie. I really enjoyed that one. I also enjoyed the new Spider-Man movie. I enjoyed the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson as Spider-Man. But yeah, I enjoyed both the Batman, Superman, as well as the Joker movie. I enjoyed those movies. Spider-Man Noir is a show, actually. It's on Prime Video. Oh, it's a show? Oh, okay. Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man actor. I mean, all the Spider-Man actors really put their all into it. And Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is really, really great, for sure. I mean, all the Spider-Man actors, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, they all have a really great version of, like, Peter Parker and Spider-Man. All worthwhile, for sure. But, yeah. But yeah, I really like how No Way Home pretty much clarifies that these are not just remakes that are replacing other movies. This is just another universe of Spider-Man, and essentially everything that happened in those previous movies is still canonical. They just take place in another universe, essentially. And I kind of like how they don't invalidate the existence of the older movies. And having it actually be kind of interconnected definitely does feel great. Because, yeah, I definitely really enjoyed, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, even if the third film was, like, lackluster in moments. And I really enjoyed Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man, even if the second movie was throwing so much at you, right down to a character's death that probably should have been saved for a third film. However, I'm still a big fan of the Gwen Stacy story. Are you talking about Gwen Stacy from the Amazing Spider-Man, or are you talking about Gwen Stacy from the Spider-Verse films? I mean, I definitely really enjoyed Gwen Stacy in the Spider-Verse films. I mean, I think she definitely makes a great secondary protagonist for the films. What challenge run is this? Well, if you watch the footage, essentially I'm having my party members guard while you does everything. And while you does everything, I'm also doing it with the only persona that I start off with since the beginning of the game, Izanagi. So essentially this is a you and Izanagi only run, and the only reason my party members are with me is because I can't put them in the back lines for the first dungeon. So I have to have both Yosuke and Chie with me for the entirety of the first dungeon. Excuse me. Yeah, just attacking one hand on the off chance that I can get back-to-back crits with, like, 4 of them in a row. Which, of course, is not going to happen. But yeah, recently I've been playing the new 007 First Light. I haven't beaten it yet because I've been very busy with real-life stuff and such. But yeah, I've definitely been enjoying my time with 007 First Light. Yeah, but thankfully-ish, once I start the next dungeon, Shadow Kanji's dungeon for the Steamy Bathhouse, not only will I be able to put my party members in the backlines, which is where the true version of the solo run really starts, but all the EXP that Chie and Yosuke are leeching off of me will all go to me. I mean, if I was able to have, like, Chie and Yosuke be in the backlines, then this grinding would be significantly faster. Because they would not be hogging up all the experience, and all the experience will be going to me. On the upside, when I do start Shadow Kanji's dungeon, or just Kanji's dungeon in general, we'll be doing the quests that the real world gives to us, for the off chance that they give me some useful item that will definitely come in clutch later on in the run. And, nope. Ooh, back-to-back crits. Good job, you. And it's a bronze dice that I took down without using Zeo. Nice. What level are you aiming for Shadow Yukiko? Whatever level beats her, essentially. I'm currently level 20 with everybody. Mind you, all Yosuke and Chie are doing are just being my meat shields. I currently have the best possible weapon equipped for you. So this weapon gives me 3+ agility with the highest possible attack and hit rate. So this is the best possible equipment that you can gain from the first dungeon. And the Lion Happy, whatever you call it, is definitely the best armor I can get. It's not the best evasion, but it gives me 1+ strength, which is great. And for accessory, I currently have the Rabbit's Foot equipped just so I can increase my chances of landing critical hits by increasing my luck by 2. But when I'm fighting Shadow Yukiko, I'll be equipped with the Falcon's Eye, which raises my chances of dodging physical attacks. It's not a guarantee that it's going to kick in. In fact, there's more attempts where it doesn't kick in than it does kick in. But when it does kick in, it can be the ultimate run saver, essentially. But essentially, the reason why I need to over-level is because this is one of those games where damage scaling is a thing. So the higher level you are, the more damage you do and the less damage you receive, essentially. And not to mention, you'll have a higher HP pool to work with. So essentially, I'm just increasing my odds a slight bit the more higher level that I am. And because this is a solo run, my Izanagi is going to be lagging behind in levels, but one fortunate thing that we unfortunately didn't find out until pretty late into, well, the grind, is that you can mid-max stats. So if you don't get the stats that you want to upgrade, you can just reload a save, and then do another battle, fight them, and then level up Izanagi again, and the stats that are assigned are randomized, and depending on what boss fights we're trying to grind for, we definitely want to make sure that we mainly grind for the strength, endurance, and agility stat, with maybe the luck stat going up as well. Because yeah, by the end game when we get to Izanami, the final boss of the entire game, while we can attack her with Zeo during her first form, we cannot attack her with Zeo during her second form, so prioritizing strength overall is definitely going to do more benefits to us than prioritizing magic. Though if we can get our magic stat to go up too, that will also be great too. But we mainly want to prioritize strength, endurance, and agility to go up. If luck goes up, that will definitely increase our chances of not getting inflicted by ailments and maybe increase the chances of landing critical hits. But for the most part, we definitely want strength, endurance, and agility to go up primarily. And there will be options with Arcana Chance later on in the game where we can increase our stats by 1 or 3 points through Arcana Chance. But because it's a coin flip and it has a chance of removing stats, like removing a point of stats if the card ends up negative, it's not going to be a reliable source of grinding, but it's going to still be a method of grinding. Okay, thank you for deciding not to have us get hit, Teddy. But yeah, I'm not really aiming for a specific level. I'm just grinding so I can get up a level just so I can increase my odds. Plus, the more grinding I do now, the more money I'm going to have for the latter part of the game, which will definitely make stocking up on the best possible equipment, I'm a lot more efficient. Right now, we have the best possible equipment that we can gain at this point of the game. It's just a matter of being able to beat Shadow Yukiko so we can get to the latter part of the game. And on top of getting to the latter part of the game, unlock the Fox, and then we're going to mainly prioritize getting the Fox social link up as high as we can before we start doing Shadow Kanji's dungeon. And then once we get through Shadow Kanji's dungeon, well, it's pretty much just, doing our best, grinding and whatever. And even though it's a Yu solo run, any level ups that are gained through Risei, so her passive ability to regenerate 5% HP and SP, is going to be legal for this run. Not as useful in the latter part of the game, but still going to be a legal strategy of restoring HP and SP without, going to the Fox all the time. And thankfully, when we get to the final dungeon of the game, Yamatsu Harasaka, we will have access to the shop at any time, so we can get, the 400 restorative singular item, essentially. Because unfortunately, that's going to be the best method of, getting HP restorative items is pretty much the 400. I think it's 400 is the maximum. 400 HP restorative items. And the second best method is hopefully getting, a bead or soma or whatever through a golden chest for full HP recovery. Because, yeah, the one pain in the ass with this solo run is that we're going to struggle when it comes to HP recovery. Which is why when we're leveling up Izanagi, we definitely want his endurance stat to go up as high as possible. As the higher his endurance stat is, the less damage we are taking. And we're without a doubt going to have to grind to level 99 if we're going to make Izanami possible, or even some of the later boss fights possible, or even Amino Sagiri possible. And if we're using the Divine Pillar, having a high agility stat is not going to be as useful, much less making sure that we are always landing our shots. We definitely want to make sure that we're prioritizing our strength and endurance stat the most. Agility stat, more or less, to make sure that we're always hitting enemies and have a chance of dodging enemies as long as we don't have the Divine Pillar equipped. And then, of course, the luck stat, so we have a low chance of being inflicted with ailments, but also a good chance of landing critical hits. And magic will probably be the least useful because, well, again, when you reach the second form of Izanami, she drains electric attacks. So going in with basic attacks or whatever our current physical attack is going to be our main method of trying to beat her, you only. And honestly, there's probably no guarantee that we're going to even be able to beat her in a run like this because of how limited it is. But us challenge runners say no to the impossible and just do stupid ideas anyway. And yeah, I hope the fan is not being a problem at all, guys. Nobody's commented on it, but I hope the fan itself is not being a problem. See with the second dungeon, but also with Yukiko if it's like Persona 4 Golden and 5. I have no idea what you're talking about, and nobody's commented anything new since what level you're aiming for. Don't hesitate to comment, guys. I don't bite much. We won! Okay, there we go. We're getting closer to leveling up. Izanagi is still going to require a lot of leveling up to level up. So if we're going to grind an extra level in another stream, then yeah, we'll definitely make sure both Izanagi and our party members go up an extra level. So to level 22 and Izanagi to level 16. But only if we need to do the extra grind. Wait, no, I want to escape. What am I doing? Now I just gotta make sure I guard with GA instead of accidentally hitting the escape command. But yeah, if you guys can check out the Death Stranded video I recently released, or heck, any video that I release, that would be greatly appreciated. Yes, I somehow have not given up on this run yet, but that doesn't mean I will necessarily release a run on this. There's a good possibility I might cancel this particular challenge run. The only reason I'm doing it is because nobody has done it for the original version of Persona 4 yet. And I'm only primarily doing it because I know it's going to give me the views. Come on, land your crits, buddy. Also, I haven't mentioned this, and of course there's only 8 people in the chat right now, so but yeah, I'm actually planning to possibly making an independent video game. Since I'm very unlikely to be able to make an independent movie or TV show or whatever because I'm just poor as heck, I think making an independent video game is more in the realms of possibility. I just need to learn how to use the Game Maker program that I'm planning to use. I don't know, what would you guys think of me making an independent video game? Hopefully in Revival, the Izanagi flag will at least be a bit more obvious. I mean, I don't want it to be obvious, but I don't want it to be something that is like, you know, 100% easy to miss and all that. You know, it's something that you have to have prior knowledge of in order to not miss it or whatever. The only redeeming factor is that Adachi's social link has the chance of you not missing out on it, especially if you use the internet to figure out how the heck to get, you know, the 10th rank with the Hunger social link. Because yeah, you gotta get you gotta do the rank 10 event with the Hunger social link, which coincidentally happens to lead to the final dungeon. I've complained about it, but it seems like we're in quite the minority when it comes to people who have a problem with it. Okay, so we're getting closer to the next level. So once we get to level 21 with everyone, we're going to save, and then I'm going to debate whether or not if I'm going to you know, grind to level 22 while also getting Izanagi up an additional level while min-maxing the endurance, agility, and strength stat. Or even the magic stat. Whatever stat does not increase the luck, essentially. Guard. Guard. Attack. Getting closer to level 21, so hopefully this will be enough for me to beat Shadow Yukiko on my own times. Slightly increase the chances of me landing more damage and taking less damage, but it's not going to be a guarantee. If I have to do at least an extra level and get to level 22 while Izanagi's at level 16, while mid-maxing a particular stat to level up on Izanagi, then I will do that. But for now, get to level 21, and hopefully that's enough for me to beat Shadow Yukiko, being 6 levels above her. Now, fortunately, Izanami herself is level 4, or not 40. That'd be convenient if she was level 40, but no, she's not level 40. Level 90, so getting to level 99, 9 levels above her actual level is definitely gonna be helpful in helping us do the most amount of damage to her, and her doing the least amount of damage to us. And hopefully we have a good enough luck stat that we don't get inflicted with ailments, considering that she has the insta-killing, kill everyone who's inflicted with ailments attack. But thankfully, that's not going to be so hard to... shit! I should be running away. What the frick am I doing? But thankfully, that should be not too hard to avoid, because she does actually trigger that she's going to, like, use that move when she mind charges herself. And when she mind charges herself, that's when you want to... guard that turn. So when she does the... Was it summons to Yasugami? I forget what it's called, but when she uses that particular attack that inflicts you with ailments, if you're guarding, you won't be inflicted with ailments. So when she does the insta-kill all party members with ailments attack, then you won't get infected. Yeah, one of my friends is telling me to wake up while I'm in the middle of a stream. I am awake. I'm just busy streaming a video game, which takes top priority, damn it. But yeah, I think there's a good chance I might at least grind an extra level, do another stream where I grind up an extra level to level 22 and get Izanagi to level 16 with min-max stats and anything that is not the luck stat. Just so I can have that extra chance of being able to defeat Shadow Yukiko, because she's definitely possible. She's definitely possible as long as I grind to a high enough level. And then once I get to, you know, Shadow Kanji's dungeon, then it's just a matter of me just, well, kicking ass until I can eventually kick ass. But yeah, if we had Arcana Chance, we would definitely be taking advantage of Arcana Chance more often. But unfortunately, we can't. Ugh, darn it, the second enemy appeared on the map. Yeah, second enemy appeared on the map, so... God damn it. Yeah, just run. They're not worth fighting. Ugh. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm actually thinking of making an independent video game. Now, as for what that independent video game is, I'm going to keep it to myself, but I'm actually trying to learn how to use the Game Maker program. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a 2D game because it's going to be easier to make compared to a 3D game. But yeah, I was originally thinking of making it through like RPG Maker, but after seeing how limited RPG Maker is, I'm going to actually try to make it through Game Maker. But yeah, if you guys would like to play an independent video game that I personally make, I'm thinking of actually making a video game through Game Maker. Oh, there we go. We leveled up. So, level 21. Frick yes. And it's going to take 1,925 EXP to get to the next frickin' level. Okay, and then Yosuke leveled up. Now, how far until Chie levels up? So we definitely want to get Chie up a level, so that way she's taking the least amount of damage. Okay, only 12. Okay. So we just need to get her up a level. Now, by the looks of it, it seems like Izanagi is probably going to level up first before we level up. So that's good to know if we decide to do another grind later on. Come on, crit. Alright, so I just need to get Chie up one more level, so I'm just going to make my way down floors, fight the enemies on my way out, which should hopefully be enough to get Chie up to the next level, save, and I'm probably going to end the stream pretty soon. Yeah, it seems like my boyfriend's on his way back home, so I'm definitely going to be ending the stream pretty soon, guys. So I'm just going to fight the last enemy, make my way back to the entrance, save, and then create a separate save where I heal with peach seeds. So that way I'm full health before going into the fight. Okay, one hand, and I got a player advantage. And a crit, so I'm definitely being this first shot. And I think this is actually an enemy where I don't have 99 of its items, do I? Light irons. Okay, that did not level Chie up yet. How many light irons do I have? 42. So at least as long as I'm killing those hands, then I am gaining items that I can sell. Because even if I have crafted the armor piece or weapon piece that comes from those hands, you know, being able to sell as many items as possible it's definitely going to help us in the latter part of the game to stock up on, you know, the best healing items as possible, especially when it comes to HP healing items. We definitely want to stock up on a lot of HP healing items if we want a chance of being able to beat this game. Because Izanagi does not have any dedicated healing skills, using items is unfortunately our best bet when it comes to healing. And because using party members' skills while they're in the backlines is, well, a rule breaker, well, we're not going to use them. But here we go. So you get your strength. Okay, so her agility goes up by 1. Hopefully that increases her chances of dodging attacks whenever she gets hit by the Charming Prince. But, yeah, at least with her being an extra level, that means she'll be dodging more often. So anyway, we're just going to be fighting enemies on our way out of the dungeon. So there we go. We got the levels we need. So level 21 with everybody. So here we go. Level 21 with everybody. So if we're going to grind an extra level to level 22, we will if we need to. But on the upside, or the main reason why I would grind in the first place is mainly to get Izanagi up an additional level. And on the upside, I don't think Chie learns... yeah, okay, so our next skill would be Assault Dive. We want to make sure she doesn't learn her counter skill yet, because if she learns her counter skill and counter kicks in during the battle, then that's definitely going to be a rule breaker, because I'm going to definitely count that as... oh, it's funny how she was sliding on the floor. I'm definitely counting that as Chie participating in the battle if her counter kicks in. But anyways, we're going to just fight these remaining enemies. Okay. Guard. And yeah, it's definitely worthwhile just fighting enemies on my way out on the off chance that I do grind more in another stream. But also, so I can have more money as well as items to sell on the way out of the dungeon when I save Yukiko. Because again, this is the last day I have to save Yukiko. And, well, gonna have to make use of it. Gonna have to make use of every single level up that I get within this dungeon. And plus, the higher level I am now, the easier the next shadows in the Steamy Bathhouse will be. Because if we're a higher level than the shadows, then we're doing more damage and taking less damage from them. And right now, we need as much efficiency as possible when it comes to fighting these darn shadows. Okay, don't hesitate to fight floor 1 enemies on my way out, because at least I don't have 99 other items. Okay, 2 of them. I can definitely defeat them as long as I don't miss like an idiot. There we go. Alright. Alright, the stairs are to my right, but I'm going to go to my left first so I can finish off any possible shadows on my way out. Because again, if I can inch myself towards, you know, level 22 or you know, get Izanagi closer to level 16, then that's all for the better. So there might be a chance I'll have to grind again just to get Izanagi and my party members up another level, but we'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there after I do several attempts against Shadow Yukiko at level 21. I'm just hoping that damage scaling is still kicking in. If it's still kicking in, then I am actually improving. And plus, the more levels I get out of the way now, the sort of less grinding I have to do later, but not really, because getting so little EXP with these current encounters. But here we go, guys. We did it. That's going to be the grind for this stream. So if I'm going to grind more, I will grind more. But if I'm going to do it, I'll probably save it for a Wednesday or Thursday where it's a lot more cooler, because tomorrow is going to be freaking hot. Tomorrow's going to be freaking hot as hell. So anyway, let me just save. Okay, so I'm going to save to data 4. Okay, save to data 4. Now what I'm going to do is actually jump into the castle, go to floor 8, heal with peach seeds, and save at data 5. So if I don't have the successful attempt against Shadow Yukiko during, you know, the following attempts, then I can always load back data 4, so that way I still have the peach seeds in my inventory that I didn't use. So let me just use the peach seeds now. Okay, good. So yeah, I still have like 2 peach seeds left. So 1 peach seed is enough to fully heal them. Good. Oh, excuse me. Good. And now to save. But make sure that I save on file 5, not file 4. So save on file 5. So if the attempts don't go so well, then at least I still have the peach seeds on me that I can save for if I need to grind an extra level to level 22 and Izanagi to level 16. So there you go, guys. That'll be the end of the stream. So how long are you doing this challenge? No idea. As long as it takes. Until he beats it or it's too excruciating that he decides to call it quits. Pretty much, yeah. I'm imagining that this run is probably going to be too excruciating, but we'll see when we get there. So there you go. We're over 21 freaking hours into this goddamn game. Not good, but it could be worse. It could be worse, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream, and oh god. But yeah, I'll beat Shadow Yukiko on my own time, see if I can beat her at level 21 while Izanagi is still level 15. And yeah, I'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can beat her. And if not, then I'll do another stream where I at least get Izanagi to level 16 while min-maxing strength, agility, and endurance, particularly endurance and strength, but those stats in particular, and we'll see how it goes in the end. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream, and I'll see you guys in the next stream when hopefully I'm already past Shadow Yukiko. Who knows, my next stream will probably be on Final Fantasy 1, but we'll see when we get there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream, and I'll see you guys in the next Nitsa Gamer stream video. Be sure to watch my Death Stranding video. So be sure to watch my Death Stranding video that I recently uploaded. Be sure to stay subscribed, become a channel member if you want your name at the end of future Nitsa Gamer videos. Be sure to stay tuned for my Final Fantasy 1 stream whenever I stream that. I still gotta beat the 4th main dungeon boss and then prep myself for the final dungeon, so I'm getting close to the end of the Final Fantasy 1 run. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. So adios, and you all have a great day. Good night.